Hi everybody, I have another finger puppet tutorial to share with you today. I am making this fairy finger puppet, and yes, she is pregnant. My daughter wanted to have one that had a baby, and I misunderstood her, and she actually wanted like a baby, not a pregnant mama. So anyway, I ended up making her a few different ones, but this is the first one in a series of several finger puppets that have wings, so I'm calling them little fairies. And for this one, she wanted super long hair. So the hair colors that I have, the wool yarn that I have, are the browns and blacks. I have some white, and then I have this one that I considered like to be red hair. And so she's going to have super long red hair. And she wanted, I can't actually remember the color of felt that she wanted for the outfit, but I ended up not having it. So I suggested kind of like an orangey color in order to match the butterfly wings that she's going to have on her back. So I pull out a couple different shades of orange, and she approves. She's sitting right on my desk next to me telling me what to do the whole time. Of course you can't hear it because this is a voiceover, but she is telling me everything that she wants. And she kind of misunderstood. At this point, I'm adding a baby to the mama's belly, and she kind of misunderstood and wanted like I have another tutorial on how to make a little baby, and so she wanted one of those actually instead. So it's okay, we could definitely make her some other ones. So now I'm just going to wrap around some of the yarn, some of the felt in order to make her outfit and the cape. And I just usually cut the slits at the very top so that I can fold them over when I am gluing them in place. And I actually glued this down wrong the first time, but I did cut that out. So I just want to say that when you're gluing this in place and you're making a finger puppet that has a belly, don't glue it right there where I put the glue between the neck and the belly. It doesn't look good. So I ended up tearing this off and then repositioning it. There I am taking it off. And I ended up having to turn the whole thing upside down and kind of cut off that little part that had glue on it. So here I am just kind of doing the whole process again. So put the glue on the back of her, not on the front where the belly is. The felt wraps around a little bit better when it doesn't need to be glued down above the belly. I hope that makes sense. Anyway, so I'm just going to glue the back. I never bother with having it be completely covering the whole finger puppet base in the back because I almost always add another layer over the first layer when I'm doing these kinds of finger puppets. There are no arms and legs on these finger puppet bases, and so you have to get a little bit creative as far as making it look like they've got arms kind of tucked underneath like another layer of clothing. So I'm fussing a little bit more than usual here just to get all the glue in place. And I did run out of glue. My daughter had to run and get me another glue stick there. And I'm going to trim down her dress a little bit. Now, the problem with doing this, as much as I like the rounded look, it actually makes it a little bit more difficult for the finger puppet to stay upright. But then I'm going to add a cape, and then that kind of stabilizes it a little bit more. But if your children are getting irritated with the finger puppets tipping over, then my recommendation is to cut whatever outfit you're making flush with the base of the finger puppet. That way the finger puppet is resting on the wooden base and not on the clothing. All right, so my daughter wants to make sure that I am going to have space for a little key that she wants in a pocket for this doll. And so she's on the side going through all of the different accessories, and so she gave me the little metal accent that she wants as the button, which is looking really great. I'm down to like maybe 10 of those little buttons, so it's definitely time for a shopping trip. And I'm just making sure that she can stand upright without tipping over, and now I can work on putting the wings in place. So this is the first one in a series of 4 that I made, and don't be alarmed that I'm, cutting this butterfly apart. It is, of course, a fake butterfly. Those wings are made out of feathers, but it is very delicate. And what I found was that this one, it did end up breaking within about a day, and I did have to fix it. But I left the inner piece of the butterfly together with the wings, and in future ones, I completely take apart the wings and I glue it directly onto the back of the finger puppet. Regardless, this is not a very durable finger puppet, especially compared to the other ones that I make. And I fully anticipate that they're going to be get broken at some point. So now I'm going to work on putting a little pocket inside the back of her cape so that we can put a little key in there. And that was my son's arm coming in. Everybody seems to have an opinion at some point. They all, my 4-year-old daughter and my 9-year-old son make requests all the time for what kind of finger puppets they want. Now, my 9-year-old is now old enough to make them, and actually he's been watching these finger puppet tutorials and has been able to make some really great ones. Okay, so she's just about done. I didn't put anything in her hair. She just has her butterfly wings on the back and a baby in her belly. So here's a preview of some of the other finger puppets coming up with wings on their back. There's a total of 4, all in different colors. And if you want to see the complete playlist of all of our finger puppets, you can click here for that playlist. And if you would like to see more pictures of all these finger puppets, you can check out my website at pepperandpine.com. And if you're on a mobile device, don't worry, I will add the links to those videos in the description below this video. All right, thanks for watching.